What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Bill Breaking Fix brought to you by, yes, you guessed it, the Rule Coders. Yeah, hope you're all doing very well. And another session, another session of fun and excitement and learning with breaking stuff and then fixing it, which is gonna be fantastic. All right, guys. So I just wanted to kind of break down a bit like what we're gonna do. So uh, actually, first of all, let's try and get the acknowledgement of the country done. So here goes. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. All right, fantastic. That is all done. So, you might be wondering what we're gonna be doing today. So, what we can, I don't know if, just to give you a bit of a recap, we managed to remove the connection ID from the DynamoDB yesterday, and that was successful, which was brilliant. So now, in terms of the AWS WebSocket integration, what's happening is that when the user connects to the WebSocket, his connection ID would get stored in the database, and when it would disconnect, then the connection ID will be removed. So that is where we are all up to at the moment. So today, what we're going to be doing is we will be working towards integrating the WebSocket, as in wiring the WebSocket in the front end. All right, so let's get down to it. Cool. So, where do we want to go? We wanted to go to I'll share my screen. To be honest, I have never done that, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's see how we go. All right. So share my screen. I guess first of all we'll have to do a bit of researching and then do it in that way. All right. So um, integrate web call as in wire. We wanna wire. We want to wire. Wire AWS WebSocket to AWS WebSocket to the front end. Okay, working with WebSocket, front end mobile AWS, building voice chat, right? Yeah, this might be it. Let's check this one out. Because now what we want to do, we want to wire the WebSocket in the front end. So it's socket.io, AWS WebSocket don't require a PC connection. Actually, let's play a bit of music. Alright, I'll change this source to have hope you guys can hear it now. Do, 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 do. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go back to this. Websocket. Actually, forget the music. That's kind of distracting me a bit. All right. I put this back to my source. All right. So database. So how are we gonna do this? So client. We need to call Websocket from the client. Brief explanation. We know the view application. Right. So it was good. I've gone through the last one where I was preparing up and had one problem that only that they showed you how to configure WebSocket by the developer. You you need to know how to integrate it. You need to know how to integrate it, how to integrate into your application. Yeah, this would help you. Music, no, I don't need that one. Configuring the, okay, so we have this one. We don't need to worry about configuring the backend, which we have already done. Allow lambda roles, yeah, that's fine. Cool. So note, yeah, this is all done. Just to keep an eye on the chat as well. Hey, Gagda, good to have you, mate. Yeah, thought it was a bit too loud. So because I don't know how to measure how loud or not is, I just basically turned it off. Um, Tori, he must have been occupied with something really important, which is why he couldn't make it. So yeah, I guess today you're stuck with me, you and Q Jesse. Right. So just to give a bit of a brief overview what I'm doing at the moment. I'm trying to wire the WebSocket to the front end now. So, because I haven't done this before, so I'm just going through the tutorials and check whether I can find it how to do it. This indication was connected. Was connected to WebSocket. How do I connect? View application chat. User will be able to connect. Okay, it doesn't really talk about the front end. Any more messages? No. So do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's actually play some music. I mean, now if this is too loud as well, get deaf. Actually, I don't really like this one. Actually, that's fine. Do that. So video chat app, Websocket, no. How to use Websocket with phone. How to connect to client. How to connect client to Websocket front-end. You write to Websocket client applications. Yeah, that is the one bit. Basically, we need. Actually, I'm not really feeling this. Creating a WebSocket. In order to communicate to a WebSocket, you need to create a WebSocket. And this is automatically attempted to open a connection to the server connection. So this just tells. Oh, right. So basically, what we need to do in our front end, we need to do it this way. So connection, creating a WebSocket object. So possibly in this way. Client application WebSocket. Yes. This is a MSDN one. I would probably need AWS WebSocket front end to do real time using WebSockets. Post. Okay, yeah, so I need this part here. Client. Create, so this is the back end. Actually, let's change the music. This is making me fall asleep, to be honest. Coding music. Let's create a connection. Okay, what we're doing here, yeah, we're connecting this. Where's the front end doing? Where's my front end? Get connection, export handler. This is the back end. I took the above curve from this. Let's go. To the front code from this article, the functionality of this code is to. Okay, that's the back end. No, I don't need this one. This is our simple chat application using. We have no configured the default rules. But how does he use the front end? API gateway, serverless. Working with that hard to use it gateway for real time. What? So how would this work? Basically, we would have to call. So we would have to call it when the user opens up the board page. Only then he will be able to connect. So Windows on load. So connect to AWS Websocket. Connect client to AWS Websocket API. Build the real-time website invoking a Websocket API. And then just kind of working with Websocket APIs. And use application command in your back service. No, not really. Saying up can I connect as a client from AWS? Can I connect to Websocket API as a connection as a client from AWS Gateway? Wow, no one answered it. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so that would be there. Send message from how can I connect? So when it loads, then I need to be connecting to it. Connect to AWS Websocket. Client builder using to build a chat using.
In this video, we're going to implement a real-time chat application.
Okay, so how does he do it? Hello world, and he says join the chat. Okay, so we've got these. This one, the front-end code. Message, one message. How is he getting these messages? Hello world. Disconnect. Oh, right, okay. So he's using the orange use red node. Connect. Yeah, this is exactly the one we want. Connect. So he's okay. So he's using React. So we basically have to add an on connect function. Disconnect, send the public. Okay, so what exactly is he doing? I'm gonna first of all pause the music because I'm gonna hear a tutorial and then we can take it from there.
Will show us prompts in which we'll be able to enter our public message. Once we'll do, currently it just calls the onSend public message callback. In here, it asks us for the public message, and once we enter it, it logs it to the console, like we see here. On the left, we see a list of users. Once we'll get the list of users from our socket, we're going to display them here. Currently, we just have fake information, user 1, user 2. Users is just updates in real time here. Once we enter the message, it will call the onSend private message callback. As you can see here, now we have the to variable, which is the recipient of our
So we're not focusing
Also, it
on
works in
sending
a similar way
message.
with the disconnect button. It just calls the disconnect callback, which it worked to the console. All are on. When we're in a disconnected state, we see that our indicator has turned to gray, and now we have a button to connect. When we click the connect button, it will call our onConnect callback, which is here. Currently, it just logs connect to the console, but we're going to change it to connect to our WebSocket. Also, it works in a similar way with the disconnect button. It just calls the disconnect callback, which we have here. When we send a public message, it will show us a prompt in which we'll be able to enter our public message.
Right, so all
Once
it's
we'll do
doing is
our WebSocket.
basically
Also, it works
calling
in a similar
the
way with the
onConnect.
disconnect button. It just calls the disconnect callback, which we have here. When we send a public message, it will show us a prompt similar to the one message. We'll call the connect to our socket. Once we get the list of users from it back, start implementing our client-side code. First, let's reset the UI and remove the fake data from it. Now we'll also need to create a variable that will hold the URL of the WebSocket which we'll connect to. We'll get it by going to API Gateway and copying the WebSocket URL. We'll also need to add a variable which will hold the socket that we're going to use. When we create the variable, we will set it to null. Because we're using React, we're going to use the useRef hook. But if you were writing this in plain JavaScript, that would be a regular variable that we currently set to null. Now, when the user clicks the connect button and the onConnect callback is called, let's create the socket. First, let's check that the socket is not already connected. We're going to check if the socket is in a ready state that is different from open, then we're going to initiate and create the socket. You probably noticed that we're using socket.current, and again, it's just a React thing. And if you were using plain JavaScript, then you would just say socket.readystate. This is how we are going to connect to the socket. We initiate a new WebSocket instance, and the only argument it requires is the URL of the socket that we are going to connect to, which we took from API Gateway. Now let's add a few event listeners for when the socket connects, closes, or receives a message. So we added 3 event listeners. When the socket is opened, we'll call onSocketOpen. When it's closed, onSocketClose, and then when we receive a message from the socket, we will call onSocketMessage. So let's create the 3 callbacks for these events. When we receive an event that the socket was opened, we should set is.
Right, so I basically need to call it in JavaScript and initiate it in that way. Right, this is gonna be fun. Right, so let's jump into our repository. And this is Chrome enhancement. So this is our repo. So what we're gonna do basically is we will connect our socket on get board when the board page opens, and the actually index page opens, but we're importing the board as in the script and the other one in this index.html. So I'm just gonna look for that. Here we go. So script, so we can either put our function on script or still front end. What I'm gonna basically do is put in still front end, because this is all kind of everything is everything there for the interaction between the front end and the back end is happening here. So I'll just put it over here. All right. So this will be, say, function on connect. Actually, no, probably function on connect. Function on Websocket on connect. Just I'll be naming this way because it's a lot simpler. And then we're gonna make a method, and then at the top, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna store the WebSocket URL. So WebSocket URL. Okay, I'll just zoom this in a bit. WebSocket URL, and then I'll get the URL from the AWS. So let's go and get that. Okay, I would have to get my MFA code. Just bear with me, I don't have the mobile on me, so I'll just get that one and we'll come back and get the MFA code straight away then, alright? I'll be right back. Alright, so the MFA code of this would be this one. Cool, so this is working fine. Let's go and get our WebSocket URL. Actually, I'm gonna delete this one because we don't need this anymore. So get this one, resources, WebSocket, root, and copy this one and then paste it over here because we want to be connecting to this WebSocket URL. Okay, so this would be here, WebSocket URL. Yeah, and how do we connect to this one now? Just want to have a look. So if we go down, function on connect, so this would basically be connect to WebSocket in vanilla JavaScript. Not in WebSocket. No, the WebSocket on that one. No, don't need that. This is just the WebSocket things. Problematic connect to WebSocket. Try to do it. Okay, so public WebSocket, that one observable. So that's okay. I the same problem. You can use all that. So this client number you have to set the option transport to call WebSocket. Call WebSocket from the client. JavaScript. So JavaScript first steps building login to media. So first of all, we need to initialize it. So new web socket. Instantiate it. Once by the keyword or identifier. Oh, sorry about that. So variable. That's okay. And that one. The connector is on new. So all it takes is the URL. That's okay. API, URL and the protocol. What would be the protocol? Protocol would probably be string. It's a string. Let's go to its definition. No, I don't need this definition. That's okay. Let's check it. So protocol. Oh, okay. So that's optional. That's one. We won't pass this one if that's optional. Actually, good coding standards. Socket. Okay, and then what we need to do is connection errors. If an error occurs while connect, while attempting to connect first, a simple event with the name error is sent to the WebSocket. Okay. So example, the simple example to create a new WebSocket connection is to set to connecting to the server at that's fine. A custom protocol is named in the request. For example, on return, example ready state is connecting. The ready state will open once the connection is ready to transfer. Sending data to the server. On open. Wow. Any comments? No, not really. Right. So using JSON to transmit and receive a message from the server. Okay, we are not doing that. Connecting writing Websocket client application. Yeah, possibly we need to just do this and then see if this works. Connect and then WebSocket on open, send message, now close, probably want on open. On open, have on open, would be on open. So that take the function and here's some text that the server is actually waiting. Okay, cool. So we can send it some text as well. Cool. So doing that way, WebSocket dot send WebSocket dot send. This is from the client side. Client side connected. Actually, client side connected. Okay, and what we can do is call this one in our index on load. That would be it probably. On load confirmation and we do this is on connect. Actually not that one. That's the function itself. Yeah. Let's do that one. Alright, let's check if this would work in the first place. Oh, I need to create a separate feature branch. That's my fault. Should have done that first. Okay, get rid of all this. And whoops, that's in the main. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. We're not supposed to do it in the main. No way. Okay, get checkout. So what get checkout does is with get checkout minus b does it creates and switches to the branch which is denoted by minus b. So we can say WebSocket interact WebSocket connect WebSocket connect WebSocket. Okay, cool. So now we can make all of our changes here. Dashboard and the URL can go up. dashboard. Right, cool. Okay, so this is our WebSocket. What basically we're trying to do here is we are trying to connect to the WebSocket. So here is the function that actually connects, and this would be called in index.html on load. Right, let's check if this works. Cool, so connect WebSocket. Yeah, that should be fine. To be honest, I don't even know if it would work, but it's worth a try. What was the command? Yeah, actually, what I'm gonna do is in the front end, I'm not gonna. Okay, so that takes option. So what I'm gonna basically do is just display console.log. Don't really console.log connected. Okay, cool. Let's try our npm. What was the server? Node. Oh, live server. Live server. Oops, that is not the one we want. We need this one. Okay, because that's not in the right directory. We need to go to client. Okay, so did we get our console? Websocket is no function. Okay, cool. So it's calling it, but it's not. WebSocket on open. It's not function. Why not? Um, WebSocket on event. Open event. Sync const. Yeah, that's fine. I did the right thing. And connection open. Event listener open. Oh, right. Add event listener. Cool. So we can do that. Add event listener. Then it takes in two arguments. Okay, that's okay. Open event event, and then we need to do a WebSocket.send. Maybe try this and see if this does any good thing. Client connect null. Okay, Cool. Is it connecting though? It says null there. Which means what would say? Why is it saying null 2? Console.log. What's that one? As Websocket. Yeah, that is right. On open null. Okay, on open is coming as null. No. Example connection opened. On open is null. Connection. All right. Host socket. Okay, cool. Socket and then socket on connect. Yeah, so WebSocket on open. This one open status. WebSocket is probably local to function and so is lost and multiple function. Right, okay. So how about if we do this at the top here? For WebSocket, let, and then WebSocket sign over there, then on open, arrow function, and then console.log. Console.log open stated. This is the ready state. Open status. Then connect it, concatenate it. There's the ready. Open status. Yeah, that should go right away. Let's have a look. Try. Try. Catch. Exception. Then we'll simply logging the exception. Alright. That one. Yeah. Cool. Let's try this. So I'm initializing passing here. WebSocket URL is that one, which is fine. Okay, cool. Let's try this. See what this gives us back. Okay, so Websocket is not a function on connect. Why is it showing me that? So it's saying WebSocket on open is not a function. What distance? Find a project will be a big help. If your survey is on cloud, use instead of that one. Ah, right. In server code, I surely use server. No, no, this is fine. Chrome WebSocket open movement. So console okay, transfer encoder is no function. What else? What is in there? No, it should exist as a method. It's actually running, but I don't have it. I'm using Chrome. Yeah, it does. It should exist. Don't want to be clicking on that. No way. Server on. Server. I'm trying to catch the website client connection error. Pretty sure this is just a document issue. You're creating a service, so when you get the one is already open, hence there's no open event. I'm pretty sure this is a documentation issue. You're creating a server, so when you get on when you get the on event is already open, hence there's no open event. No open event. Okay, so if we do this, Websocket. Oh, right. I see. There you go. This must have been the problem. On open. No, there's not the one. To close Websocket. One open is no function installed on Node.js. Um, So let's skip that one. Time. Okay, threads. Support web browsers. Function open. Connect. Login server. No. Post message. Networking connection. So button connect. Guess the connect set. Right, guys. This was a good progress. We I think we're really close of getting the client connected to the WebSocket, which is fantastic. Yeah, if you want to hear, if you want to see more of the progress, join us tomorrow, and where we get hopefully this functionality working. All right. Until then, have a great afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Melbourne Eastern, Australian Eastern Standard Time, same time, same place, and the same task. All right, have a good night, guys. Cheers, bye.